Good evening, good evening. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. This is yours truly, the number one grinder. One of the best kept secrets on YouTube, the best of the business. And welcome. And check out the other pre that I previewed. I did some previews today the shows that I've done. I redo it back and everything. So hope y'all enjoy it. Please get them lights up. Very much appreciated. And who's in the building? Who's in the building? Who's in the building? Hey, what's up, Coco Teen? Sister Coco Teen. What's up, brother Charles Reigns? Thanks for showing up as one of my premieres that I did in the past. I really appreciate that. I'm good. And the title tonight is, and it's gonna be a possible panel discussion. Things that we should be considered as you get older. I will explain. Things that should be considered as you get older. I will explain. This is something serious, y'all. This is something serious. The ones that have family that is not in touch, and we need to talk about that. This is very seriously, and I'm gonna talk about my experience, why I have to take alternative steps to keep on pushing, to keep on make decisions, and I think that is very important that everything is not smooth that people think it is when you deal with family or you live by yourself and stuff like that. Stuff like that. So so I'm gonna talk about it. Post like I'm gonna have a panel discussion. Yeah, I'm gonna have a panel discussion. So but before we do all that, hold on. Oops. Move this up here a little bit. Okay. Before we do all that, I'm gonna hit y'all with this intro. Good evening to everybody, and please come in. And I will be right back.
Sometimes people don't know how much hard work you put in. But when it comes time to battle, you must think about each and every day that you put that hard work in.
Why don't you play anymore?
Brian Banks was 16 years old when he was accused of a crime he did not commit.
Good evening. Again, welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder. One of the best kept secrets on YouTube, the best of the business. The title tonight, things that we should be considered as you get older. I will explain. I'm not going to put the link out, come to the panel yet, because I want to get this out. Shout out to Sister Cocotina. Shout out to brother Charles Reyes. Sonny Boston Talk. Salute to you as always. I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time. Matter of fact, I talked about briefly in the past, years ago. Um, I'm talking about of my life. I'm not close to the family. You know, I live by myself. I be with the miss and everything. So life insurance or anything happen to me, it gotta come from me. And sometimes it's not your fault. But how about you get sick? Who's gonna come there, make sure you okay, or you're not coherent? See, these are stuff that we need to talk in this space. Outside of space is definitely inside of space, and I'm talking about my situation because I know I'm not the only one going through this. Wherever happens here, it got to be things got to be taken care of, even though sometimes I don't feel good. And I remember it was one time I wasn't feeling good at all, y'all. I wasn't feeling good. That was happened like about a few months ago, and I was talking to the miss and say, "You want me to come?" I said, "Nah, I didn't need to come. I'll be all right," because she got drives, and so. Said, "What about the family?" I said, "Oh," and we talked about it and everything. So you have to. So again, you have to take the necessary steps. So wherever you get sick, you still be coherent and make sound decisions. Like for instance, if something happened to me, the miss come see me. She can't really ask for me. Be there for me. She really should because they're gonna ask for family. You know what I'm saying? I don't have. So what you gonna do then? So there are other alternative moves that we could have, and I embrace it, and we should embrace it. So it shouldn't be about what happened to your family. No. It shouldn't be none about that. We need to. I want us to really, really think. Do you know any family member that? Oh, Sonny, we know. We know. You we know we talk when you start hearing, you know what I'm talking about. I know, brother. Don't even worry about it. But I'm talking about immediate family. And sometimes there's some doctors ask, "Where is immediate family?" I say, "I give you a case of boy like Sonny." Somebody Sonny come see me. They're gonna ask, "Oh, what do you think about it?" Yeah, he told me that. He told me that. But what about immediate family? To me, it shouldn't be that way. It should make a difference. Hey, I told Sonny my history and stuff like that, but it's not like that. So that's what's like, Brother She. Thanks for coming. That's why I tell people tonight. I want other people hear what I'm saying because I'm gonna put the link out in a few minutes. And ladies and gentlemen are welcome. Sister Cocotina, I want you to please be part of this conversation too, because it goes for men and women. About life insurance. Who's going to be a beneficiary of it? If you don't have family come see you, if the family's not going to be there, because they got their own life. See, these are issues that people say, "Oh, but you could do." No. It's not all easy. People think it is. And we need to think about stuff like that. That's why I always tell people, do whatever you can, make amends to your family. But sometimes if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That means you got, especially if you live alone, like I do, you got to make decisions, and it's got to be on point. And you gotta think of the long term. Now people gonna say, well, number one grinder, you know what I'm saying? Everything is on me. So I gotta think the short term and the long term. So everything is on me. I don't have conversations with the family about what I need to do, what any will and stuff like that. So it's gotta come to me. So I have to do a power of attorney in order to make sure that I'm protected. So whoever look after me, I don't have to be hard on them. See, we need to have these conversations outside of space and even inside of space. That's why I always tell people that it's very, very important. What about the ones that live by themselves? That sometimes y'all be thinking, oh, they got everything together. No, don't. We make it easy. Like the man said, you make it easy. I said, sweet, it's not easy. So when she comes see me, she makes sure I'm all right. Too. And sometimes it's hard when she leave because I'm back being by my side, back. I had to deal with things. There's no problem with that, but even sometimes she worries. I ain't gonna say that all sometimes. At times, all times she worries. She don't tell me, but I know. That's why when she on her way, she calls me, baby, you fine? Oh, this is something that I need to get next time you come back. I remember it was one time. It was like before my birthday last year. I wasn't feeling good, and she had to drop some off her job, then come back and everything. So I didn't know. She said, "Baby, are you at strength enough to go to the door?" I said, "Yeah, I was at strength to go to the door." And she got me some breakfast. She said, "I'll be right back in a few hours. I gotta run this stuff there and everything." And I was like, "Yeah." She said, "I worry about you because I got family live with me, but you don't." And sometimes we get in this talk stuff. Sometimes I don't want to talk about it, y'all. I really don't, because it gets to you. Now people can go and say, "Hey, yo, you can have freedom and all that. It's so good. You can do you do that, but you get older. There's a thinking shift, and especially you in a relationship. So you gotta think about stuff like that. You gotta think of the long haul. You gotta make sure the bills are paid. You gotta dollar life insurance. It's on you. But there are also avenues that could help people that, excuse me, that can help you to get through those things. So it don't have to be everything on you. But I want people to understand that there's a difference when you live by yourself or you live with somebody. Or you could live with a person, taking care of another person too, but at the end of the day, you're still by yourself. You know? So we got to talk. I'm going to be talking about this often as I can. I put it like that. Because there are other moves that you can make so you can still protect yourself. It's very different. People don't get that. It's very different. Because it be at times that the misfit like when I go to that, like I said, I need to go shop. Hey, why don't you wait for me? And I could take you shopping so you can save some money. And I said, I can give you the gas money. No. Save some money. Get some rest. Because sometimes I don't get rest either because everything's on me. I gotta make sure things like tomorrow I gotta do some run around. So I know it's gonna be like later on, the miss gonna talk to me. She go, that's her. And I'm cool with that. You got to get some rest, baby. Stuff like that. And then after I take it, she checks on me because sometimes I don't get a rest. When it comes to bill, let me tell you, my household, Sonny could tell you this too. When it comes in the household, I don't play no games with that. I'm focused on that. Even the Missy said, I'm focused on that. Bills gotta get done. Bills gotta get done. So sometimes I don't get no sleep. Don't ask me why. It get done. That's why I take every precaution to make sure if I feel a little sick, I make sure I take care of something and get it out the way. So in case, like, if I don't get all out the way, at least I have strength to pay my bills and get back and rest and everything. But I don't get no rest. Like tonight, I can tell you right now, I'm not going to get no rest. And I like my things get done. So now the miss is helping me how to cut the courses and stuff like that. And that's gonna help me a lot. And I love her for that, and I thank her for that. Because sometimes I be tired. So I just want y'all to stick to the subject. This is very serious. If there's anybody that hear from me out here that, yeah, I feel you too. That, and then at the same time, before I continue, I'll send the link out. How about you got to cook for yourself? Because you don't want to know from outside. You got to cook for yourself. So you got to preserve your energy there. Then when you cook, sometimes you got to cook for 2 or 3 days. So in case you don't feel like cooking, you can take some out and heat it up too. Then you don't want to eat late because you definitely ain't going to get no sleep. So you got to preserve. Everything is like this. So when people say, "Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking," no, you don't know what a person live by himself. It's different. You got being they're not the ones who used to live by themselves. They married or in a relationship. They will understand because they know what it is. But then when you pay your bills, you can eat your breakfast. Usually I get my breakfast. I don't eat it. I put it in the refrigerator or I get coffee. I put it in the refrigerator and everything. When everything is done, I said, sometimes I sit right here. I go, I pray to God and everything. And all Joe Sabia, using the missed call, she said, "Baby, everything all right?" So I'm fine. I'm good now. I just want to hear you say, "I love you." Go get some sleep. That's a load off to the next month. So understand, for that picture, you deal with this every month. Then you gotta double check if they get the money, or they double check they get the money, or double check they get it through the car. There's a lot of things because there's some people don't want to work, so you gotta double check it. Then you gotta say, "Oh, no. What do you mean you didn't get this?" You gotta deal with that too. Let me tease, baby. So that's why it's so important to take a precaution. Let me read this out. Come enjoy real conversation with the number one grinder. Us as the righteous ones individuals, let's make a change within ourselves and generally being there for each other. We all we got. We all we got, y'all. So, and also when you have that assistance, the miss, she helped me out a lot. So, you know, say rest. And sometimes I be tired. She cooks. Baby, you go rest. I said, I gotta do this and everything. Like I talked to her not too long ago. She said, well, baby, you need to get some rest and everything. Baby, try to rest your head. I know, I can't imagine. Just try to rest your head. I said, I'll try. And think about life insurance. Then you think about life insurance. You want to think about the hospital. So that they go to you because sometimes you get sick. It's not your fault. It's sad to say this, but it's true. I don't want to get sick at all. But if I get sick, I want to be coherent. With the doctors and the others, so I can make sound decisions. But why a person have to think that way? That's a messed up way to think that, right? Y'all, who wants to get sick? Nobody else, none of us don't want to get sick. But it happens. You gotta think that. When you live by yourself. So I'm gonna post a link in the chat, and let's see. Okay, it is. I want y'all to come up. And the legal stuff too. You gotta think about that too. No joke. Well, here goes the link. Anybody can come up. Then also you got some that live by themselves, but they go to their parents' house, their aunt house, and take care of them. Man or woman. Then when they come back, they got to take care of their own household. Sometimes they watch their niece and nephew, or their caretaker, at their house too, and they'll go back again. They live by themselves. Yeah, you got neighbors around there, but they can't really help you all that much. So again, you're back to yourself. What about food? Shout out the Four Quarter Talk, Big Duke. Talk about health and fitness and all that. Are you gonna be disciplined enough to eat healthy food so you avoid to get sick? Are you getting enough sufficient rest? Sufficient rest. Do you trying to get your 8 or 9 hours, 7 hours? And it's very important to talk about stuff. I know some of us don't like talking about. I'm not saying y'all in the chat, no. How about you trying to avoid stuff in a hot avoid anything a trip and stuff in them? Because hospitals and that costs you. So that means you got to go in your pocket and take a cab. And then, the cab, it depends what type, but day or night, cab take the time, and you in a excruciating pain. Who you can rely on? Well, oh, we got Cocatina up in here. I'm sorry. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome, underrated. How are you?
I'm fine, sis. How you doing?
I'm good. Life's good. It's the end of the day.
Amen to
Got it
that.
through. You gotta take each day as it comes. Oh, drink
Peppermint
to
tea,
that.
peppermint tea to that.
How is everyone in the chat? um, yeah, I just wanted to come up here and say, yeah, they're getting older sucks, and a lot of us as people don't like to think about the what ifs. We all know that, especially death. Death is prominent, and it's
Yeah,
everyone. Everyone's going to get that. Everyone, everything.
can't run away from it.
It's just a matter of when. But as we get older, this is conversations that we should have. Um, well, I was about to say my condolences, but I feel sorry for people like you, um, who don't have that bloodline family support. That's what I'm gonna say, because I
Mm.
believe that you do have family support um, with your extended family.
Yes, I
uh,
agree with that. That's the most important thing. Yes, I do.
but yeah, it does take some thinking, and it also takes putting people around you that you trust. That's the key.
Mm,
Trust.
mm, mm, mm,
Trust to carry out with your wishes. I mean,
mm,
oh Lord, don't do that. Don't do
No,
that.
you're right. That's what I mean. You're right.
Oh, okay.
You're right.
Okay.
Absolutely. I was thinking that I was going ready to say that too. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. Trust.
Trust. So
And trust, and let me cut you. I want you to continue. Trust, and make sure that your wishes will be full.
fulfilled.
Be figured out. I mean, for me, full out.
Be filled fulfilled.
Be fulfilled. There you go. Be fulfilled. Not of them, but yours.
Yes. Yes. So, they say for people who do live alone, you should be, thinking and planning out your wishes and putting it in writing. And
Mm,
um, I know with wills, you do need a personal representative, or maybe even a trustee, and that's a lawyer type thing. But you know, um, but again, it takes your planning. And they call, what do they call? They call the olders or the elders, they call them orphans when they don't
mhm,
have family and
mhm.
children, and they call them orphans. um I don't like to use the word orphans, but I guess
Yeah.
it is. I guess I guess that could be used in that way. But yeah, that's what they call them,
So I
because
guess
there's
I'm a
no.
young orphan then.
Is that right?
Hey, dude. I mean, like, at the end of no, I can wait. Go ahead. Go ahead.
you fine.
No, I think yeah. I think what it is though. No, like I said think. We gotta have these conversations. I tell people to picture. I get case in point in 2020. My back went out. Now I had somebody take me, but at the same time, to get the medicine, I gotta wait. I still gotta eat some food that day. And when I told you I was in pain, y'all, I was in pain. This was when I was at my old apartment, and the bed sucks. That's another story, but anyway. But basically I didn't have nobody to help me. So I had to get up and walk myself. Cook food wherever I can myself. Do the stretches that I know how to do stretches and stuff. But at times, and then when you take the medicine, the muscle relaxes. Usually the muscle relaxes kick in. Mine was not kicking in that first. They said it takes 2 days, 2 to 3 days. So picture you pick the medicine, yeah, help, but you're still in pain. You can't move around the way you want to, sleep wherever you want to, and you got to deal with that almost 3 weeks.
Oh my. I mean, that's a lot. I mean,
And,
then
and plus, I had to do shopping, and I was in pain.
well, again, that comes with you building your support team. Um, that you could have, reached out and say,
But I didn't have no
"Hey,
right. But I didn't have that.
I need you. I need you. I need you, Kate. I
Yeah,
really
but I
need
didn't
you."
have it then. That's what I'm saying.
Mm,
And
sorry to hear that.
I should have called Sonny. This he said, "Why you didn't call me?" We straightened that out. But other than that,
Sometimes it's pride too. I know a lot of elders who feel they don't want to solicit help because they don't want to feel helpless.
yeah, yeah. But at the same time, too, it's besides. Oh, hey, what's going on? Glad that you're here. Appreciate that. But I think the key is that it's not just a pride thing. They're just people just don't care. I know I was supposed to say that.
I, I was going to say I'm gonna have to disagree. I think they care. I think there's some older folks who don't want to ask for help because I know of a couple
Like who?
in my family who will be the only time that they will ask for help if their leg or their arm is broken. Other than that, they're gonna suffer through. I got a
It's just
couple
for
of
me.
aunts until they can't move anymore.
I say for me, I don't see it. But I be there for them if they need me. And I'm not want no credit off that because family's family. But I know that I'm not the only one think that way. I know I'm not the only one feel that way that go through it. I know some men and women go through it. I know they have to because then when me and the miss was talking, and then she called me on a video chat, sis. I broke down because I said it's on me. I have to think about this and that and everything. I said, how
And
about
what
I
did
want
he tell you?
Yo, you gotta ask her because I'm not getting in no trouble. Y'all be double teaming me. I need double teaming. I got a lot of knots in my head because y'all double teaming.
Leave my sister alone.
Hey, see, there you go. See, I can't win. I can't win. No, but all jokes aside, though, she told me that she's there. I mean, no matter what, we're gonna get through. We're gonna find a way and stuff like that. And I said, she said, I'm here. I said, baby, I know you're here. But I'm talking about immediate family. But how about there are certain things have to be taken care of? You can't. So we was going through different things. So
I mean, for those who do not or do not want to, because there's people who don't want to abort family because they know that it will be turmoil. There'll be a lot of issues. Turmoil. Dang, I can't even talk. There'll be a lot of issues amongst the
mhm.
family, so they'll seek outsiders. But again, that goes to
I
who,
got you, Sonny.
who in the world, in the whole wide world. That's why it's all about planning. And there's power of attorneys, and there's medical power attorneys, and there's durable power attorneys, and they got all this stuff.
Yeah. And let me say this: Sonny is my brother. Sonny is family. So let me say this, to the he said I should call you absolutely right, but he go through his thing too. And
Again, so
I no, listen, I'm a type person. If we good with each other, we family. I know that you trying to pursue things, you gonna do that. I don't want to. I always been like I don't want to be a liability. I just don't.
that goes back to my case in point that you don't want to ask,
Of good people.
but you just proved my point.
Okay, but you can't fault me for that. I mean, like, come on. I mean, like, listen. I want everybody to win, but I'm not going because
You
to me,
don't want to
I
be
come here.
nobody else's burden.
You see, okay.
I'm just I'm uh, you. I mean, you you do not want to put any more on someone else. But then again, at the same time, you're saying that there's no one around. I, I'm I'm lost.
No, but it's not around. Let me say, the miss she comes, but beside her, nobody's not there, and this is real. What's up, brother Fisher? Thank you. If you want to come on, let me see. Put the link up there. Hold on, brother Jefferson. Please stick. Excuse me. Please stick to the subject. Stick to the subject. Please stick to the subject. What's up? What's going on, brother Jefferson?
Quit acting like I'm not sticking to the subject when I'm confused as hell about what the subject was because it got confusing. You had a point, and then she made another point, and I'm kind of confused of what the point was she was making, the counterpoint, your point you were making, and that's all I'm asking because I'm not the only one that's
Have you read the title?
confused.
Have you read the title? Have you had hold on, Tina. Have you read the title?
Yes, but
Okay.
her answer
That's what we
isn't
talking.
responding to the title you produced. That's why I'm confused.
Okay,
So
but all right. How long
that's
you
my only question. That's my only question because she
no, I
was
want to no, I'm
explaining her
asking you.
point,
No, hold
and
it.
I was trying to figure out what her point was
I,
in relation to the title you gave us, and I read, and I knew what you meant, but she kind of confused me with what she thought your point was. And
okay.
I'm just asking, could she clear it up,
Okay.
sir? That's
Okay.
it. My
Okay.
apology.
I'm just saying I want to know how long you've been hearing the conversation.
Long enough to be confused because you made your point that was clear, and then she kind of muddied the waters. So I'm trying to ask her, could you clear up
Okay.
your point? That's all.
Okay. Okay.
I was clear and concise, like you asked, and
Okay. All right. All right, Cocatina did what you want her to clear
What
up?
I was like, what point?
Yeah.
Well, you kind of muddied the water to all his points, so I was trying to figure out what you meant since you disagreed or
We
muddied the waters to what
we
his point originally was, and I was listening to him, and that's all I'm doing. And everybody else in the chat room's like wondering, like he started out meaning this, and then now she finished her conversation, and does that mean what he was making a point about? And you the only one that spoke on the panel. I just popped up to ask you the question. I don't know where the
uh,
hell I'm the issue. I'm just asking, can you clear up the points that you spent 3 minutes to make? And that's all I'm asking. And I'm gonna shut up, put myself on mute, and then I'm gonna let you explain yourself.
okay. So he was talking about being being alone and how making plans as you get older. And so what I was saying was, you know, when you're getting older, you are supposed to plan out things for yourself. Um, that means you would what? You would prepare wills. You would get marital arrangements together. You would seek, look at your health insurance, um, to make sure you have adequate health insurance. Like he was saying that he had pains and he was hurting, and when you're older, we our bodies start breaking down. So I mean, it's just I was just talking about planning
Mm-hmm.
and putting
Hmm.
things in
Hmm.
writing.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, but at the same time, we did divulge into, because he said he did not have family, right? And I said,
Yes.
yes, you have people who don't have family, and then you also have people who have family but don't seek help.
Well,
So,
thank you for explaining how you took what he meant. He agreed with you. That's what he meant. So you was listening. Okay, keep continuing, miss, because you know what? I appreciate you listening to underrated. He's underrated. He don't get listened to that often. So keep continuing because you on point, and that's
But
exactly what he was bringing up.
yeah, but let me clear that up, brother LaShawn. Before she came here, she was clarifying what I was saying. So that's what I was saying to you. When did you come? Because what technically you came in the middle of the conversation that she already clarified up and everything. That's why I'm asking, because you did came in.
Underrated. I
You
didn't come
did.
in hot. I
No, no,
asked
no,
her
no, no. I did
question
not
for
say coming hot. I
clarification.
said, listen very carefully.
Yes,
I did
sir.
not say that you come in hot. So again, you
Hmm.
assuming. What I'm
No,
saying
no,
is
no, no, no.
this.
What the point
Yes, you did
was
assume. You
is
said I came in hot. No, I did not say you came
underrated.
in hot. I
I
said that you
said
came in the middle
I
of the
didn't
conversation.
come in hot. I actually asked her what
I never
she
said you
meant
came in hot.
because I asked her instead of assuming something and attacking her. I asked her, "Could you clarify your point?" Without saying, "Oh, I came in late," but I listened to a lot of stuff she said in response to the question. I just came in late to the question, but she wasn't being disrespectful to you. And then I wanted to reiterate one thing. Okay, so is this what you mean? And she clarified it. And she giving you nothing but respect. She giving herself nothing but respect.
Yes.
And she giving the chat room nothing but respect. I noticed it. It's a rare occurrence. And I just wanted to make sure.
Got you. Okay.
Now, that's all it is.
All right.
Everybody want to assume something. But I ask the stupid people the real ass questions, and then you realize they stupid because my ass is asking them. She ain't one of those. She is solid so far,
Yeah.
and she's
So
answered
solid.
every question respectfully
Mm-hmm.
and no disrespect. And she was respecting herself while she answered the question, while you were respecting her asking the question.
Got you.
And
Got you.
that's all it is, bro. I'm
I got
sorry
you.
if I'm coming off crazy, but honestly, I'm shocked and surprised and happy you got her as a guest.
Oh well, she been rolling with me for a while anyway. But I do want to get back to the conversation. I really do because I know there are some people uh, that in this situation that they need to hear conversations to make sure that they okay. So I want to get back to the conversation. Sister Coco Tina, what you were saying, please.
I actually forgot. I mean, I know. We was. I was just talking about items that older people just need to do. So I know Wills is the top. Everybody knows that they should prepare will. Um, the only thing
Mm-hmm.
about a will is you have to appoint someone. You have to appoint someone that's going to represent you. Um, and sometimes that's hard, especially in your situation, underrated. Um, because you have no children. Um,
None.
living. So that's that's hard.
Yeah.
But you can appoint someone that's not your family. But again, that's about trust.
Mm-hmm.
It's about trust.
Yeah, let me shout out to brother GP in the building. Sonny, everything good. We good. And anybody wants to come up, feel free to stick to the subject, please. We got one SP in the building.
Oh, I am in the.
Before I get to one SP, 2 weeks ago, he came to my channel. We did a powerful live stream, do a powerful chop up. Then last week, come on, last Wednesday, the one y'all miss a good one. He interviewed me on his channel. Y'all miss a good one. My brother, you gotta send me that link so I can share it. That
Okay.
was, I'm telling y'all, big things happen over here now. I'm telling y'all, when they said the black man, I ain't mean to get off the subject, but they said black men don't exist, do not coexist. We do exist.
Yeah.
And I'm telling y'all need to go to his channel and pull me up. No, anybody else, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm being nice. But all jokes aside, I want you to go there and pull it up because he asked me some questions, had me thinking, and I'm telling y'all, we gotta us as black men, we gotta do this and we gotta do a better job to coexist. Our differences, I know sometimes, but we show you example that we coexist. Please go there, check it. Even go to my channel. Go when I'm telling y'all, we doing some things over here. Yeah, but anyway, thank you very much. One SP, welcome, brother. Anything that you want to add?
You got the floor, but I had a comment, but you got the floor since you just joined.
Go ahead, LaShawn. Go ahead, LaShawn.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. New
I,
man got
I'm
a right
listening
to
in.
speak
I'm listening
first.
in right now. I'm listening in right now.
Then speak on when you stepped in, sir.
Oh,
Give your opinion.
okay. Okay. Well, first of all, I have to thank Under Red Darkness for being an amazing host. I also have to thank Tina for being an amazing guest, and you too, um, LaShawn, for being an amazing guest as well. Now, me personally, I honestly agree with underrated and Tina at the same time. I mean, they're both spitting facts tonight. They're both spitting facts tonight. I can't agree more with the both of them right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's and this all every time I come here, the truth comes out. And I just cannot believe right now that the facts are coming. I had to come up. I had to come up because the facts were being too real. I had to come up. I had to be a part of this.
And you're part of it. So let me ask you a question. Sonny, there's a link. Be respectable. Please be respectful because I want to ask you a question, one SP. As you being the father, right? With three, right? All right, two.
Respect
I'm
to the
sorry,
good
man.
fathers.
Man, listen, I'm
Respect
gonna
to
give
the
you.
good
I'm give you
fathers.
one extra kid. Again, I'm sorry. Now, as you being a father, right, with two kids, right? I know you plan for the future and stuff, and I just want to show out the respect because I love you, my brother. But I want to ask this question: do you take in consideration of what do you want, and also what you're gonna leave for the kids? Because we always talk about building legacy, and your kids is part of the legacy. You know, so I'm saying that just by you making plans for your kids, rightfully so, you should. And when I've had people do it, you advocate. But what about yourself? Because we are getting old. What about yourself?
Now, my kids are, believe it or not, my kids are a priority. So, this whole, I think myself, when the gratifying and knowing that my kids are excelling in every facet that they're into,
Mhm.
I get more of me when I see them like doing good or successful. You know, like take for instance, take for instance, I love I love community service. You see me out in the community all the time, especially on here. You see me out in the community all the time. I love community service. Now, when I see my kids not only participating in it, but they take initiative. Hey, Dad, hey, could I go down? Could I go down to the can I go down to the center and help them with the canned goods and everything? That is when I know that I'm leaving a legacy where that they could be, great um pillars in the community as far as their children. They could give them that, not forget that even though dad is a veteran, dad is retired, and stuff like that, dad still go out, into the community and give his services to the community. So that right there, yes. When I see them excelling in things like that, I honestly feel like I'm getting a part of me out of that. I'm getting a part of me. When I see them getting A's in school, I feel like I'm getting a part of me out of that as well. So I'm in this YouTube thing. Like this was, my youngest son was like, Dad, you always talking about, how you wanna like, you know, how you want to make an impact on the world. You don't know what your impact is, but if you were on YouTube, if you were, on Facebook, if you would have did that, then you would be able to make, an impact on the world instantly. So that right there, all of those things. Now I gotta go since I got goals for my kids, they got to go for me. They're like, you know what, Dad? I want you to get 30K this year. This year. I want you to
I
get
done
30K.
got my best friends to subscribe to your YouTube channel, Daddy.
Yeah, that was like, I want you to get 30K this year. No excuses. No, I need you to grind it out, Dad, and get 30K this year.
Mm-hmm.
They in free,
Children
30K.
will
they in free
push you.
K
And
trying to
and
get you
that
subs. That's funny. They in free K trying to get you subs. They love you, bruh. They love you.
and they're like, Dad, you should go to meet and greet because you haven't been to one yet. So you should go to YouTube meet and greet. You
Who?
know, this year you should go to a meet and greet.
Who?
Like it's no excuse for you not to
Me?
go to a meet and greet this year. My
Me?
kids told me that. They
Oh, they
had
did?
goals for me because I always got goals for them, and they always, meeting them or exceeding them. So they were like, I got two goals. My youngest one was like, Dad, you need to go to a meet and greet, my 9-year-old. And my oldest was like, you need to get 30K this year. So I
I got the greatest joke. Your 9-year-old saying your hairstyle isn't stopping you from going to my meet and greet, Daddy. You better show up. Yeah, Daddy, get some subs. You know what? I'm,
so
I'm,
yeah,
I'm
so
not.
yeah, yeah,
My
yeah.
lungs hurt. My lungs hurt. Your 9-year-old is like hustling your ass at a meet and greet at his school. Better go ahead and hustle.
Yeah, they grinding
Yeah.
now.
And
They
see, and
don't.
see,
My
and
kids
see,
done made like business cards and all of that for me and everything. They ready to get me out there. So yeah,
They
yeah,
are a part of that world, so
yeah,
they are putting themselves in.
they're putting
yeah.
themselves in. And
And
see, and this is a beautiful thing. And in this channel, we do advocate that too. When you have kids, you gotta push them. She said, "Be part of what children will push you." That's true, Sister Tina. And but again, I don't want to sound like a bad person. But what about brother people like me, like man or woman, do not have kids?
Oh,
You know what? I don't have kids, but you know what? I wish my kids could help me make myself rich and they rich too. You know,
yeah,
It's
so
not,
that
but see,
like
I'm
if
not
that
talking about
bastard know how
rich.
to work the internet and I can barely type ABC without like
I'm
taking
not,
like 5 second long pauses. Look, 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 I can be famous.
yeah, but I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about being rich. I'm not talking about that. I don't want to talk about that.
yes,
What I'm talking about right now. Like I said, please stick to the subject. Yo, this is a
yes,
serious subject.
Richest
It
family. If
really
your
is.
family supports you, take care of you, and try to help you get your dream.
Oh,
You're rich
oh,
without the
okay,
dollar.
okay. I kind of, I kind of
but that's not what I'm
understand what
talking
I
That's
kind of
what
about.
his
What I'm
kids is
no,
doing. He don't
no,
have
I
the
understand
dollars,
that.
but his
But what I no,
kids
what
is
I no,
investing in him because they got support.
no,
And
no, I'm not
you know
doing
what?
that.
He's
No,
a
no, you're
good.
not listening. See, when I'm
Okay,
saying this,
I might have missed the subject, Grinder. Go
yes,
ahead,
thank you.
correct me.
Thank you. Yes, you are. What I'm saying is this: that it is great, and I said it the second time. My channel, I advocate for that. I advocate for that. I do. But what I'm saying, what about the ones who do not have kids like me? What about us? I mean, we gotta have something to be sustained for our own life and even for our own community. And I'm talking about our
exactly,
own health and our own health. Okay, you gotta shop by yourself.
exactly.
Sometimes you gotta eat by yourself. Okay, you gotta
Okay, I did
sometimes when
miss
you
that
socialize.
question.
I'm not finished yet.
I just missed the question, and now I know what your point is. You
I'm not finished
correct.
yet. So Uncle, it's all good, Coco Tina, but it gets back to me. I
Uh,
gotta be real with myself. Do I believe in God? I do believe in God. God helped me a whole lot. So I'm not. We ain't gonna talk about that. God had brought me through. But at the end of the day, as me being a godfather, as being an uncle, majority of them are old. They grown.
I
So
understand
it
that.
get back to me. I gotta care for myself, and it doesn't. It doesn't make me a bad person. It
That's
doesn't
a
make me because I do advocate for people. I do advocate for families to be together. That's never going to change. But when you get older, when you in certain situations, you got that. Constant prayer with God helps too. Let me say that because you gotta put God in your heart. You gotta make God help you make the sound decision. But at the end of the day, I'm here right now by myself having these conversations. It's not easy.
Wow.
It's not for me personally. It's not. But as I always take pride in, these conversations got to happen, yo. Because
Wow.
that next person right now by themselves, they don't know. I ain't gonna say they don't know what to do. Who's gonna care for me?
Wow.
Your support
You know, you
system.
work on a job, you get hurt by yourself. Who's gonna come there for you?
Wow. That's
How it
powerful.
happened to me? Yo, listen. One time I did shopping, right? I was not feeling good. As a matter of fact, it just after I moved here, I wasn't feeling good, but I ain't had nothing. I ain't had nothing in the refrigerator because I just moved. So I had to do some shopping. And I wasn't feeling good. There were people like, you want to call the ambulance or something? No, I don't need to call the ambulance. I go, okay. You need to go to the hospital. Go to the hospital, they cost money too. Because my insurance ain't gonna cover, and these are a lot of things. That's why I always tell people you gotta educate. When it comes to health insurance, you gotta educate yourself. I educate myself so much that I know. Listen, as long as I just got some medicine at the house, I can take that and everything. But that's something that man and woman live by themselves. This is real. Then you
Yeah,
gotta think about the budget.
but you're planning for that though, which is good for you, because there are a lot of older than you, because you're still a young cat, but there's a lot of older individuals who don't plan like that, who don't say, oh, let me get the necessary stuff in my home, so that I have access to them if I need it. So
I'm just gonna ask who plans to die alone because that's the real question. Because no one plans to die alone.
that
They
is an
just end up
excellent
dying
question.
alone. They just end up dying alone. They didn't ask the question.
It's a horrible feeling, but I mean, eventually I'm gonna be an empty nester, and my kids gonna be, with their kids. So I mean, I'm
At least your kid's gonna bury you. I'm gonna
well.
die
I'm
alone.
getting
I
cremated.
ain't
I'm
got
getting
no
cremated.
kids to say, "Hey, let's bury our father." It's a
Yeah,
difference.
Well,
You got
yeah.
well,
kids that might say, "Fuck it, let's get 3 grand together, each one of us, and
Oh,
bury our
I already got
damn
life
bastard
insurance.
ass daddy." You
right.
know,
But what he's
Listen,
trying to say, what JT is trying to explain to us, that not everyone have the the privilege of having, children to, look
you
after
know,
them.
this is the thing that I'm glad you brought that up on SP because I find out that I'm not talking about y'all have the kids. I'm not talking about y'all because y'all good. But I find out throughout the years when I had these conversations, there are people very candidly and karaoke. I'm just being nice. Oh, that's all right. You don't count anyway. You don't have to worry about it. You don't cost that much in society. What? Really?
That's what they said to you.
I
Yes.
mean, they do
What?
that. They
Are you
Yes.
isolate.
serious?
They
It was told to
isolate.
me
That's
many times.
disrespectful,
Yes.
bro.
They isolate the individuals who don't have children. They do.
What? That's
They
disrespectful.
isolate
I've
them. That's why.
never.
That's why they're building all these senior homes, so that the single or the ones who don't have family can go into these homes, and
that's for
then they
white
can
folk.
build their they can build
Come on now,
have a
there ain't no black
Let her
family.
family
speak.
sitting
Let her
in
speak. Let
their
her speak.
asses.
Let her speak. Let her speak.
Honestly,
Let her speak.
I'm
yes,
just
sir.
saying.
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
they senior citizens or assisted living homes. They're if y'all, I know in my area, they're building them like hotcakes, and
Did you
and
save
they're
up
and
for
they're
your mama to live there?
and no, my mom is deceased.
Did they go? That's the point you done
My
missed. And I'm
condolences.
just gonna ask you if you're gonna make a point and you ain't save up for it. What's your point?
My condolences.
No,
But
My
I've seen
condolences.
my dad had took on the responsibility of watching after his aunt. My dad and my mom took on the responsibility of watching after his aunt. She didn't have any kids, but he took on that responsibility, of doing that because, he felt like she raised him. So, before her demise, my dad took on that responsibility, and my mom did too. So, I mean, it's family out there that do it. So, I mean,
yeah, and then there's
Look,
some families who will just be like, "Oh, leave, okay, leave them alone." So, and they'll go into these homes and they'll build their support system in these homes.
look,
Because
I
I could
bought
say,
a home and I gotta wait till my mama dead because I can't afford no nurses or nothing. But at least she had a home with a roof, and I got it for her. And you know what? Until she did, I might have problems, but I love her. And you know what? A lot of black families do that.
So you
They
are
can't afford
supporting your
home
mom.
care. No, it don't matter if I'm supporting my mom. I don't get credit for that. I'm a black man.
You are getting credit. Kudos
No,
to you.
by
I'm giving you
who?
credit now. Kudos to
That's
you.
great. You're on the internet. You ain't loving me now.
oh, see, I get what you saying. I get exactly what you and JT saying because it's hard for a black man without children to like actually. First of all, we're taught to be hard. That's the first thing. We're taught to be hard and unemotional. We're taught not to be emotional. So when topics like this come up, no one wants to talk about it. Nobody, no other man that does understand. Hey, look, I feel you. I understand. I feel you. I don't go through that, but I can understand how hard it is to be in this world and not have someone to look after you at the end. It's a harsh reality.
yeah,
It's
and
a harsh
also,
reality. And it's
yeah.
easy for someone to
I'm
say,
sorry. I'm sorry.
"Oh, you got you could fall in love and you'll have a companion with you." What happened when that companion dies before you? That's a harsh reality.
You got to find
And
another one.
I'm
like it's that
sorry,
easy.
ain't it? You acting like you could just replace the battery, like it's AAA or double A or CC or double D. And I mean, really, you can't replace the battery you just got rid of, can you? Just that quick? You gonna tell a man to replace
I
the
didn't.
battery?
I didn't say
But
quickly.
you just
I
said
said
replace
I
the
mean,
battery, and you the new battery, or you the battery that got replaced. You see how that comment you just instantly made,
but
I'm
I
just
know
to
where
just
make
you're
a
going with
saying
it.
point?
if
I know where
someone
she's
You
going with
loses
it.
can
their
just say
love,
all you want to, but you a battery
No, no,
that will be
oh
replaced.
no,
And I will be a
no,
battery that will be replaced
no,
because
Sean,
my double
no, LaShawn,
D
she did not say it like
and
that.
your
No,
double D is
no,
going to
no,
be
no, she
wore
did, she
out
did not
because
say
we're
it like that. She
Duracell
didn't say it like that.
and we
No,
can't be
no,
recharged.
no, LaShawn,
That
she did not
that's a
say it
simple
like
fact of
that.
old age. We
She
old
did not
folk,
say it
ain't it?
like that. She did not say it like that,
But
LaShawn.
I
You take it.
but I'm
But she
just
not
giving
saying it
old
like that.
folks
I
the
heard it
fact.
very loud and clear.
And
But
JT,
I heard
yeah,
loud and clear. I heard what she
we
said.
know the
old
underwear
people ain't
darkness.
rechargeable. And at the end of
She's
her
not talking.
discussion, she
No,
ain't
you know what?
rechargeable like I ain't rechargeable. And I'm a
The,
Look.
Duracell and I'm a lead based
I don't know,
battery.
look. I
There
don't
ain't
know
no
about
goddamn
batteries and stuff.
recycle my ass or
No,
nothing.
I'm not dealing with no batteries tonight. We're gonna stick to the subject. I'm not dealing with no damn batteries because I'm really getting pissed off now. I'm not
JT,
dealing with no
It was
batteries.
just a joke.
Let's
It was
stick to
just a
the
JT coming
joke.
out.
subject.
It was
I know
just a joke.
exactly
It
what
was
you're
just a
talking about,
joke. Don't
LaShawn.
be
LaShawn, listen.
I'm
Please. I
sorry.
am not in the mood.
I'll leave it
Rashad, mute
alone.
yourself.
My
Mute,
fault.
Hey,
mute,
JT is
mute,
coming
mute,
up
Underrated.
now.
mute,
I'll leave it
mute,
alone.
You know he a
mute,
I'll leave
focus,
it
JT.
alone.
I don't even know why
Underrated.
you
I
doing
didn't
that.
mean to piss you
mute
off.
it,
I didn't mean to piss you off, but I
mute
did.
it.
And I
You
didn't know
already
that was
did.
a trigger
You're
subject.
too late. Mute,
I
mute.
didn't know
We're
that
gonna
was a
switch. We're gonna
trigger
switch the
subject.
subject.
It's my
Mute.
mistake. It
No, no,
was
no.
no
You trying to out.
disrespect
You
intended.
see what you doing? You trying to
Look, bruh,
out talk me.
I was
You
making a
know,
joke,
you're not gonna
and
do that. I'm trying
I
to show
didn't know
respect.
it was that serious.
Mute yourself, please. Respect
Muted.
my channel. Thank you. This is how we gonna do it from now on. Cause it seems like when we talking about it's not being respected. So wherever y'all finish, you mute your mic. When I finish, when y'all want to do as a Coca Tina, you can mute your mic. 1SP mute your mic, and LaShawn mute your mic. That's how we gonna do this. Because that's the one thing I'm not gonna stand for. Anybody go disrespect my channel and disrespect the people on the panel and even disrespect on the chat. I'm not having that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Cause I don't disrespect. I don't get down like that. But it seems that every time, the times when I put the link in the chat, there's always something happened. You trying to out talk somebody. Or I don't understand what they talk about. Instead of just be in the chat and understand what's coming up there and use some doggone common sense and come and bring something. And that is the problem. That is the problem. We want to be heard. Why people is sick out there that we supposed to help. You don't know what the next man or woman that in my situation or even they live together, they take care of parent or they a legal guardian. You don't know, you don't know. They probably going something, they probably go through things right now, and they probably turn on and hear. And we want to be fucking, we want to be fucking heard. And then you probably turn them away. I think of stuff like because I put myself in they shoes. Because it happened to me. The stuff I'm talking about, I talk about my family. They do like this. How am I supposed to feel? That my sisters don't count? Oh, don't worry about it. You can get anybody. No, it's not like that. And I understand what Coco Tina told me. I understand what she's talking about. But she's not talking. And this is what I'm saying. That why us as a people, we want to be heard. Why we just cannot accept what the person says objectively, really think about it, and talk some sense. Yeah, compassion is really needed. And we got to talk about that too. Why people live alone. You need that companion. I'm glad you brought that point in, Sister Tina, because that's what I want to talk about too. Support system is needed. This is what I want to talk about tonight. I don't hear about no doggone batteries. I got batteries in the closet. I need to throw away. I'm just tired. I'm just downright doggone pissed off of this doggone space that want to be doggone her. And it goes from men and women. And you wonder why we don't be respected. We got people out here that need us. And so what we're going to do, we're going to talk about championship, the companions needed and support system needed, because I did want to talk about that. And this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to pick a person Ain't gonna be no cut off because anybody get cut off, I'm booting you out. So what we gonna do? Coco Tina, you the one brought it up. Why companion is so important?
So a companionship, of course, comes in so many different ways. It could be your children, it could be extended family, it could be a friend, it could be brother, extended brothership, sisterhood, whatever. Um,
Mm-hmm.
all of those are formed of companion. Um, and it is needed, to keep our minds going, to keep us, feeling wanted and not feeling isolated and lonely. Um, and I think for me, my personal opinion, loneliness wears on people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are always lonely, I think that's when you start thinking like you're not wanted, you're not needed. Um, and then, that leads into other things. Um, and then it also causes you or a person to, not want to be active. And as long as you're active and you keep your mind occupied and keep your body strong, you have longevity as long as you're doing this. So companionship is most important for longevity, basically.
Okay. Okay. Before I go to one SP, I'm gonna ask you a question, Coco Tina. Right? I live by myself. I'm not lagging around, and I'm talking the ones that live by themselves. They keep themselves together. They trust somebody and they burnt them. So what about them?
Um, I think all people have gotten burnt, as you said, um, or have some type of trauma. And yes, you have to push on from that. But for me and you have companionship now. So you can't say, and I don't think that you stop seeking companionship. You still have your brotherhood, right? You got brotherhood, your extended brotherhood. Um,
Yeah, but it's
different,
it's different.
but
It's not.
it's someone that you could,
It's something. It's
it's
something.
something that you can, focus on, something that you can, keep your mind occupied doing.
Got you.
Although, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, I know there's times where you can say, dang, I want a body, a physical body here with me. Now I can see you saying that. And
It don't have to
sometimes you
be
can't,
body.
and
No, I'm
it's
sorry.
sometimes it doesn't happen when you want it, but it's just that you have that possibility that you can call out um to others to, try to curve it a little. I'm not going to say that in your situation that it's not going to totally, it's not going to come and go. It's always going to be a void. And that's because you are by yourself. It's
Yeah,
going to
but
be some type of void. But
right, but
as long as you have some type of outlet to go to try to minimize that void, I think that's what keeps you going. That keeps you
right,
relevant, right?
right, right. But this is the key though. I'm gonna get you one SP after this. But this is the key. But why it has to be a body? Why can I be somebody I could just talk? I mean, I'm putting something. We don't have to be a parent. I mean, it could be a parent, somebody, a body because that's. But why can I be just one talk? Why it's got to be a body? Gotta be a next. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that. But when I'm saying wise can I be, that is somebody you just some part that person need to be talked to, need to listen to at this moment. Because right here, it's the ending point. They don't see nothing past. You know what I'm saying?
And someone from your extended circumstances or whatever might not be readily available.
That's true. Right. Exactly. I agree with that. I agree with that, Sister Cocatina. Brother SP.
Oh, I'm still here. I'm still here. Yeah.
Yeah, you go ahead and add on what we was talking about.
Well, the reason why I brought up companion, the reason why I brought up companion is because I've been without kids as an adult. So, and I know that the feeling of being alone is very very hard, especially when I was young. It was like whoa, you know. But I can tell you one thing that scripture explains companionship in the very, very first book of the Bible. It says, man should not be alone. Therefore, I should create a helpmate for you. So that explains that no one is meant to be alone. Even if you have kids, you don't have kids. And that's the important thing about having a companion, that from the beginning of time, you know, we were not created to be alone. Not a man, not a woman was not created to be alone. So there was supposed to be someone in this world, whether it's uh, a love interest, whether it's a family member, like Tina said, whether it's a family member or even a pet. It should be someone in this or something in this world that you can talk to, like you said, JT, or you can have listen to you. Sometimes you just want someone to listen. You just want someone to understand. And like you said, there are people in the world that do not have children, and they are listening in on this conversation right now because they are going through it right now. They're experiencing that loneliness. They're experiencing that trauma, like Tina said. They're experiencing that trauma. And LaShawn says that LaShawn said that you know it's hard to find someone when you just lost someone. It's hard, and I agree with LaShawn on that. It's hard to find someone when you just lost someone. We're not serial helpmate finders. You know, we're not meant to be serial helpmate finders. But what we are serial of is faith in God. And with that strong faith, and I know that it's hard to trust something when you don't see it, to believe in something when you don't know if it's really there or not. But I know if you do pray on it, if you do pray on it, scripture tells us, knock and it shall be opened unto you. Ask and you shall receive. Scripture reminds us that. And I don't want to be too biblical about it. But I know, JT, that right now you have found something that a lot of people don't even believe exists when you found the mist. You have discovered,
Yes.
you have found a part or a blessing from God that no one else, like, that a lot of people in this world long to find, that they pray day in and day out to find.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you don't have kids, you have something that I don't have. And that's that helpmate, that humanly helpmate, that woman that God made for you. You have that. You have that. People pray in and day out. They're waiting, they're fasting. I mean, people are literally not eating. They putting away certain things that they indulge in. They're doing all of that just to find what you found in the midst. And
Yeah.
And what LaShawn trying to say is that what if you lose the miss, or what if the miss lose you? What happens then? That's what LaShawn trying to say. It's hard to go back out there and look for that helpmate. You have to go back to fasting. You have to go back to praying day in and day out for this one specific person in the world that's meant for you. That's what LaShawn trying to explain. And LaShawn said batteries because LaShawn probably didn't want to be biblical like I am. And that's that I think that this topic needs to be discussed. This topic needs to be discussed because I have relatives that don't have kids. Still to this day don't have kids. But they have companions. They have husbands. They have girlfriends, love interests. They have that. They do have that. And that's one thing that I don't have. you know. So God send you companions in different ways. God does. God does.
Yeah.
God does.
Yeah. That's true. All right. Well, LaShawn,
I'm unmuted. Am I unmuted? You said LaShawn. I heard. Okay, damn it. I guess I'm muted.
I didn't mute you. You mute yourself. You unmute yourself.
No. You told me to mute myself because you were pissed off at me because I made the comment, but this man who
It's okay. It's
clarified
okay.
what it was, you know what? Look, I trigger people all the time. It's okay.
No,
I'm
no, no,
used
no,
to
no,
it.
no, 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 no. Let's get one
Thank
thing
you
straight.
for not blocking me. Underrated. You
No,
was
no.
the
Let's get
man.
one thing straight.
Period.
Let's get one thing. Let me finish. Let me get.
Yes,
You
sir.
didn't trigger me. You didn't trigger me. Let's get one thing straight. The only way
Okay,
I
if
get,
I'm wrong about that,
can you let me finish, please? Thank you. You
I'm
didn't
not
trigger me.
disrespecting
I
you.
just want to say, could you let me finish? It's my channel. Please respect my channel.
I'll put
Thank you.
myself on mute again.
No, you didn't trigger me. I just want to make sure that we stick to the point. That's it. Okay. Only way I'll get triggered if I let it happen. This is how I run it. I run it in order, and that's how I want it, and that's how I'm going to get it. And if I feel I'm not getting it, you leave. No hard feelings. But I want to make your point. So because I do want to get at and let me go get at it. After that, I'm going to mention some people that came in too. I got to pay them, give them respect. Go ahead,
Okay,
brother, please.
okay. I'm gonna give this one. One SP. Thank you for translating. Under great number one grinder. Just go ahead and hit them people that need to be hit because one SP translated. And thank you for letting me be able to speak again. I'll iterate later, but go ahead and give respect because I got respect and shit. I'm just gonna enjoy it and give the respect to yourself because them people go ahead and gave you know their nation and let's go ahead and do this. I'm putting myself on mute out of respect and thank y'all for donating to um the Now he's just an because he should have got like 10,000 subs because he ain't lying. He's honest, he's fair, and he's decent. And I swear to God, that's a unicorn in a black man's world today. And thank you, number one grinder, for
Thank you.
always
Appreciate
giving us
that.
the chance for us to get our second chance at respect, sir. And
God,
that's
no
you.
problem.
That,
Yeah, I appreciate that. And let me get going.
no, I appreciate it too because you don't one of the few channels to actually do.
Oh, thank you.
Be the unicorn, motherfucker. Be the unicorn. I'm sorry I cussed, but
Yeah,
you know what? You deserve that cuss word today.
okay, you gonna make me talk over you? Okay, I got you. I love you too. But let me get um brother my LDBC brother Absolute LDV LDTV. Thanks for coming. And my other brother brother, brother DU, what's good? I see you coming lately. He said he been gonna be coming, so I appreciate that. Thanks for your brother. That's my elder. Oh, let me. I forgot to mention my family. Shout out to my family, the underrated one family. Shout out to the LDBC family that stands for Lions Den Basketball Committee, also basketball committee. I've been rolling with them for years. That's my family. Also gonna be my family. And also shout out to the hashtag TWT family. Shout out to y'all and everybody else in here. The title tonight, things that we should be considered as you get older. I will explain. We got the lovely Coco Tina. Don't tell your husband I call you lovely because I do not want to get beat up. All right, and my brother, one SP in the building, brother LaShawn Jefferson. Thanks for y'all to come in, and I think this is very, very important. That I think I'm gonna be talking. I think I'm gonna might make this as a series. I'm think,
Underrated darkness. I'm
yeah.
gonna ask you something. How many people is past 80 and you still a child and you just hit 40?
I, I don't know that many people who live to 80. Only a few.
Well, god dang it, I got family that lives to 110 and they still talking about I'm a kid and I'm gonna be 60 by the time they're 110. Boy, you don't know nothing. You still a child. I'm 60 years old. Well, that's a child. I'm 110. Literally. Now, my DNA family and all the women seem to live that long, and the men seem to like quit like 90 something because he want to get an early start. I don't know, but that's the thing. The black community is using a lot of people that they know, but their family ain't doing. But they living by other family standards, but they ain't doing that family standards. They living by their family standards and thinking they better because they know somebody because they do better than them. And that's the example. They don't ever say, I do it. I know somebody that does do it. And then that's how they go ahead and exonerate themselves from guilt. And in a weird way, this pandemic done helped because honestly, if she couldn't get it, he didn't want it. And you know what? 2 years, and he said, wait a minute, I didn't spend like $15,000 on something that I wasted $15,000 on, and she didn't gain $15,000 on because he wasn't spending on dates. I don't know what the heck the tack is on black men as a whole, but if we wasn't nothing to begin with, I don't know what the hell you pissed off at. All of a sudden, we like underrated, the number one grinder, and you didn't notice him until he made himself important. And now all y'all sitting there trying to get first in line, like the number one hashtag, number one grinder. He's still gonna hustle without you.
Appreciate that.
One
Now,
fact, one fact.
yeah, let me get this out. Um, Sister Eyes, thanks for coming. Appreciate that. And the next part we're going to talk about is support system. Why support system is very important. And Brother SP, I want you to start that off, please.
Uh, thank you, brother JT.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the support system is needed. Uh, just like I was saying with the companionship, you know, it's okay to have one. person, but a support system is more than just one. It's also important that I said earlier, if one goes away, and this is when Tina was right. You have to have something else. You have to have someone else, or another pet, if you got pets, another pet to fill that void. Yes, just like LaShawn said in a private chat, you have to have something else to fill that void. So the whole system, whether you got pets, kids, or a love interest in their family, if you are married or you've been with the person for a while, I'm pretty sure you know their family, and they would comfort you if they're not able to comfort you. So it's a lot of things. If you got coworkers and all, I don't know if coworkers gonna accompany you all the time, but I know when I did have a job, I was only at work. I was not having work when I'm off from work. So, but some people do that, and if you find companionship or support system at work and in your personal life, then that's fine too. If you don't have anyone else outside of work, that's fine too. um a lot of people join clubs, organizations, like, yeah, Freemasons, Eastern Stars, they join stuff like that. They join fraternities, sororities, all of these factions. I'm gonna use factions. That's the correct word. All of these factions are there to give you a support system. You know, if you do charity work, you can find support systems there. It's various places, so you won't feel like there's no one else in the world for you. And loneliness leads to trauma, depression, and sometimes, with other YouTubers, we know that suicide is very rampant among us. A
Yeah.
lot of us commit suicide. So, and that's one of the most important things about the Underrated Darkness bringing this topic up, because suicide around this time, February, March, it happens a lot with YouTubers. So
Yeah.
we
Say
have
that
to,
again, please. Say that again, please.
Repeat it.
yes,
S1P, repeat that sentence again, please.
suicide happens a lot around this time, February and March, among YouTubers. So we have to be cautious of that, and this topic must be discussed right now. Like right now, like the very beginning of February, because it always happens, and we always wonder, what could we have done, what could we have said, we didn't see the signs, we didn't know. And that's one of the things that the Underrated Darkness have been, doing a lot, fighting against, violence, towards domestic violence and assault and cyberbullying and all of that. So when people are traumatized, he does bring it to the front,
One
and he
SP,
talks about
number
his
one grinder.
experiences.
Both of
So,
y'all. It's like find something to where instead of killing somebody, you love something. It
ooh,
could be a dog, a cat, a
that's a good one.
goddamn shark, a goddamn anaconda. Don't release that shit in Florida. But find something that respects you and don't kill you. That's why dog is a man's best friend. You notice God didn't even make a woman his best friend and didn't make a woman a man's best friend. I After that fruit tree incident, but everybody got a fruit tree incident, no matter what religion you live in or believe in it. The simple thing is, people gotta avoid what you're going to use to fill that void. Is it good or bad? And people do a lot of void filling and doing a lot of bad things. And then they say, I was young. But if you a man and young, uh, the court system really corrects you really quick, don't it? But the other side of young don't get that judgment. You see the difference? First, get a dog so you know what loyalty is. And if the mate you pick ain't better than your dog, you got to break up. That's my rule. And it has always worked for me. It might not work for you, but get a good pet. And then if your woman beat the pet, that's a good woman. But I'm heterosexual. And you know what? We get beat up every damn day. That's a joke. And don't be taking it personal and get all heated because
Nah,
you're not heterosexual. I'm just talking to
yeah.
the non heterosexual people and us heterosexual men. You know what? We got sexual identity too. You better respect it.
Got it. Let me say this. Mute your mic. Thank you. Let me say this. That is also is very important. Do we know when to conversate, or do we know when to shut up? I give you case in point. I don't care. I bring it up. It was one time when I first moved here. When you move in your new apartment, I don't care. You move in an apartment or house and everything. There's always a lot of unknowns. You know it's gonna be okay, but when you live somewhere a certain time, you know there's a lot of unknowns. And he said, "Yeah, man, go check it out and everything, and yeah, see what's up." So yeah, and I cooked and I called. Now, hey man, you come, got nephew, got the food, and some come up, man, when they can make it another time. Now, I showed it off aside in the park. And he called back, yo, everything all right? It's fine. I'll be okay. So you know what I did? I had a few extra plates, plastic paper plates. I fixed some food. Again, I don't want no, I don't want no, I don't want no, oh yeah, you did good. No, I don't want none of the credit. No, not saying for that. But I took it. No, I know when I was out earlier, I see some people around the corner. They was drinking. And they would talk. They was down. So I took some of that food, wrap it up, and I didn't know I had plastic forks. Oh, there's some plastic forks right here that I bought like about a year ago. And I bought the food in the bag and gave it to them. Now, what I did, there's a void that each of y'all had talked about in your own way. There's a void, but I filled that void for them because you drinking and you got it in your stomach and you talking. I'm hearing the conversation. Now, there people say, "Why are you giving them?" Hey, look, whatever they do after that's their business. But I feel a void for them, and so what happened, I came back here. I was cool with that because again, that was not the first time it happened to me. And I see it for what it is. But my joy was seeing them eat. I put a smile on their face through God's help. I put a smile and I felt good after that. Because see, sometimes God had put you in a certain situation to see what you're going to do. How are you going to deal with this certain void? Is that void is really about you, or is it about that person, or about a group of people? I think of stuff like that. So when I came back in the house, I didn't care about it. And then after that, I sat right here and ate my food. But at the same time, they was fed. Cause see, sometimes we get void. Oh, you listen to think it's all about us. No, so sometimes it's not about us. Sometimes like there are certain situations that you see, right, and you deal with it, and sometimes you see what it is. But what about the void of somebody else? And sometimes that void, when they eat my food, they fill that void for me. Because at that time I didn't feel complacent. I didn't feel like, oh, he don't want me. So sometimes we gotta see certain things for what it is and act on it. Like Sister Cocatina was talking about, that sometimes you don't have to feel lonely. You hear what I'm saying? And sometimes that, or sometimes you just, it happened. People say, y'all get lonely. No, I don't have nobody with me. Hey, that's what happened. Hey, that's what it is. I can't fault them for that either. But I know for me, trying to be live of the word of God, and I have my faults. I'm imperfect like everybody else. But that day, people can say, "Oh, you give food, you stupid at them." No, why I gotta be stupid? I bought the food. I bought it, cook it. Why I gotta be stupid? But maybe you don't think about their humanity, but I'm thinking about them. Well, they're gonna go. That's their business. They got an answer to that, not me. But at least they got something. At least they got a meal. And so it goes to let me know that God's not blessing them. They go through certain voids, and maybe you need to be in that void. Do you understand that? Maybe you need to be there because you're not doing God's work. Maybe you're not applying to certain things that people trying to help you do, God, and you just want to. Yeah, I told you, do you ever think about that? E. Brown in the building. Thanks for coming, brother. I ain't seen you in a while. Keep up the good work. So we have to understand that what I'm saying is that you can live by yourself, and sometimes you feel lonely, but you can always give. You don't have to give to other people. Why you? I told people, see what I'm doing out here. I'm giving to people. Or you can take a walk and talk to people. You're doing something. And maybe they don't want to be responsible, but at least you're doing something. You're doing something. Pat yourself in the back. You're doing something. Because sometimes when you talk to that person, you don't know. That person probably think like, well, in their life, like what brother SP was somebody YouTube and stuff is rapid. Oh, people, that person got it all. They got a nice house and this and that, and they don't need you. Okay, yeah, it's true. They do say that, but hey, sometimes they don't even have it. They don't even have it. And sometimes there's some people live with them, they still don't have it. So the thing about it is, when I'm talking about like this, what about the ones that they tapped out here? Because see, when you tap out from here, what you think? What you think your heart is going to be? Because it goes hand in hand. So that's why it's so important that sometimes that what I want to talk about tonight, that the ones listen, I know that you feel by yourself, and it seems like I know Coach Team. She said they do care, but I try to be optimistic as much as I can with the mess. But there are certain things I just It's gonna take me time. I'm a work in progress. It's just that I feel like that people don't care. They just don't care. That's how I feel. But I'm letting God work through me and help me. But there's just some people that just wicked. And then when I'm talking about people that is wicked, I'm not talking about the ones that you can actually see. There are some people that actually wicked see the devil disguise so much, man. If we don't have that sharp eye, I've developed. I came up with the sharp eye of the truth. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look for that, and I'm gonna premiere that. I'm gonna look for that. I'm gonna premiere that. The sharp eye of the truth. If we don't develop what God giving us, the sharp eye of the truth, it's gonna go over our heads. So we have to understand too that just as God worked through us, sometimes there's Satan work through people too. Peace, love, and effort. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming. People coming out. So the thing is, we have to understand when you know that person live by themselves, talk to them. Tell them what's going on. I mean, not tell them. Have a listen ear. Have us a listen, authentic listening. Develop that. Don't keep, sometimes some of our people, we just want to prove, shut up. Just be quiet. Just shut up. It ain't about you. Oh, I've been doing it. Ain't about you. Shut up. It's not about you. It's about them. Because you know why, people? Because I've been to it. Oh, it ain't about you. It's about me. And sometimes you got to tell people, it's not about you. It's me. And then you get turned off that. What sense to be in this life anyway? If people don't want to listen to me, but I believe in God. And I believe in myself. I see through that. So all right, no problem. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. But I don't turn my back on everybody else now. But we gotta learn, and I have to work on that because what happened to me in the past a whole lot. I cut people off. He can tell me and brother SP talked me. He said JT, I cut people off. If you do dirt to me, I'm cutting you off. I'm slicing you up, and don't think nothing about it. But again, I'm a good person. I'm a good person. I know I'm a good person. I know God worked through me. But I'm a type of person. If you come after me, I don't care you're man or woman, you're not going to win. I don't care who you are. But at the same time, God had gave me blessings. So sometimes I had to take a step back. Like one SP, he told me, he said, bro, JT, take a step back. It's hard. Always, I'm like, but this one, I know, take a step back. But you see what the bro, I get it. Take a step back. Take a step back. And it helped me because when I take a step back, I see the devil in them. Sometimes when you come at them, you're not going to see it. So you're not going to see the problems. You hear what I'm saying? Sometimes that there are also people, they lash out. If you know they're a good person, let them not, because they don't have nobody. Everything is on them. I'm telling you for personal experience. When I first, so I know she watched me. Stop, Miss, leave me alone. Stop. You always mess with me. Stop. I feel it. Stop. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. But it was one time, almost a year ago, when I got to know her. Stop. Leave me alone, Missy. Bother me. That's a joke. I always joke around it. But I was when I'm trying to tell her about myself, Almost lost her, yo. Cause I refused to open up. I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna open up. I did open up, but I ain't open up enough. She said, how you supposed to get you closing up? She said, if you don't open, I'm leaving. She said, I'm not judging you, but you have to open up. If you want me to get to know you, or if you see us be more than a friend, you gotta open up. You want to open up. Okay, I get it. Little by little. Can you give me little by little? And I did like, I don't want to get I was joking around at that time. I didn't want to. Yeah, you gotta be vulnerable. At the time, I didn't want to be vulnerable because when I was vulnerable in the past, I got burnt. So it was actually gates. I put a gate, I put an army around. And what happened was, through God, through the mist, right? I started to open up. And them gates, and them gates open up. And I be free. I mean, I ain't gonna say never be free because you need to be. I free again. And one time I broke down. She hold me. She said, I'm not gonna hurt you. And I said, you promised me. She said, when I'm around, I'm not gonna let nobody hurt you. I'm around. Now picture a black woman would tell you that. Now, understand she been through her hurt too. Dang. But she said at that moment, I said, what you talking about? You? I tell you that she ended up telling me later, but she been through hell too. So we came together and to understand that we need to work together no matter what. And believe me, at the times when we was together, we have a lot of cry through close calls. Close. I'm talking about like never seeing him again, but God had bring us back. Because she understood me. And then certain things I'll go, I live by myself and everything. That's why she checks on me. Baby, I just check. I know you're a man. I know you're a man. But I know you live by yourself. And I know she's busy. She works 2 jobs. Demanding jobs. So everything, I mean to brag on her. My miss is good what she do. She good with people and stuff. So she in demand and stuff like that. But she make time make sure I'm all right. I said, it's all right, you can go back. No. I want you to talk to me. I said, okay. How do you feel? Tell me the truth, baby. I said, I'm going through certain things, but it's all right now. Come on now. And so being vulnerable is a good thing, but it cannot be vulnerable to everybody. But that's significant when you have to. And that's part of when you live by yourself, because when you live by yourself, you're not going to be vulnerable to certain things. You're not, because you're going to be like this. Everything you're going to protect this. Because that's all you know, because you let people in and they dirty, so just like this. So that means you got to be selective. It's sad, but it is. And so sometimes us as men, when I have these men talks, I talk, well, do you live by yourself? Or how you feel and stuff like that. I tap into them so because they had so they know somebody cares. And women go through the same thing too. Yes, they do. Women do go through the same thing too. But women gotta have those talks with them too. And then also combine it with the men and women too. It gotta go that way. And so it happens. You can't run away from these conversations, you know. And y'all do have your girls. You have a lot of girls' days too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know how you do. You have girls' day, and and at the same time, when you have boys' day, when you have girls' day, don't let it get between you either. It has have its place. So you with that significant one, you be with that significant one. Because sometimes that significant one need to hear you. And also sometimes we us men and we want to be with men talk we talk, we run our mouth too much, and even some women run our mouth too much. If that person needs you at a certain time, you out. Man, if that significant one needs you, I'm talking about heterosexual, the out. Girl, hey, yeah, my man needs you. You know you going through something, you out. Because if you don't do that, you will cause a friction. And you know what's going to happen? They'll be distant. Goes for man or woman. They're going to be distant. And, I'm there for you. You mean like, I just want to talk. Yeah, y'all, yeah, you all right. Make me want to doggone drink dealing with y'all sometime. I ain't, but I'm just making, you know, and he need us man, we need us black, we need that. We don't want to go to no men. We don't. You think I want to go to a man? No. Sometimes we gonna go to a woman that we trust, that we had that deep encounter with. So that's why it's very, very important, y'all. If you know anybody that live by themselves, and also they take care of somebody else, and they have to deal with it. They have to. Sometimes they come home by themselves, y'all. Even you got some take care of legal guardians, and some of them some of them they live with them, but they need time for themselves too. We gotta talk about stuff, and death, life insurance, how you plan, like Sister Cocotina talking about, very important. Will, all that of my circumstances. Only person I gotta look out is for me. She said, "There's anybody? Let me see. Anybody you could trust? No." So I gotta go do it the legal way, so my wishes could be respected. Now I know there's some people you can you talk about the evil system and all that, this and that. Yeah, no, yeah, we gotta work within the evil system, but at the same time, dismantle it. Get whatever you can in the system to benefit for you. What's up, Kane Dolphin? Good, thank you. So that's the most important thing that we gotta understand. But I know some people talk. I'm not getting on the subject. I'm just saying that there's nobody that gonna have the best of your interests than when God sends you somebody. But God knows God give you what you need. God give you what you need, and sometimes when he gives you what you need, you accept that at that time. And sometimes, and we see in the space, they don't want to respect that. There's somebody in YouTube right now. I'm sorry. Throughout social media is suffering. We don't have to know it, but somebody is suffering right now because nobody don't want to hear them. They probably had bills at the top of their behind. They probably had to think about pay life insurance. Now, I got to dip in the life insurance and pay for my house, the mortgage, my house. Ain't nobody come help me. That is what, and then I got where to put plots in. I went to mention about the plots on her side of the family. Now I'm looking like, wow, that's real. That means one day I had to, when I get life insurance, I had to go there. I don't know. I want to get I gotta think about: do I want to get cremated, or Do I want to be in the coffin? I gotta think about the money. I gotta think of how if my family is gonna fulfill my wishes. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the for validation from some members of my family. I gotta take care of myself right now, and at the same time, to make sure me and the missus fine. Life insurance, yes. That's why it's so important. Shout out to Brother Alonzo Hall when he talked about life insurance. I think we got to get up on life insurance and stuff. There are some things that need to do without. You really do without. Hey, I'm going here now. You willing to put some of the money to your life insurance? Because we getting older now. Like Coach Team, she said, you get older, your body breaks down. Well, this is just real. But if we don't take care of our body, trust me, our body gonna let us know. And when it's gonna be fatality. You know what I think? I'm gonna say a few things, and I want each of y'all to make your last remarks. And then after that, we're gonna close it out as a family. But then also, burial insurance too. Yes, and you know what I'm thinking, y'all? I'm being honest with you. Um, I was thinking that how about I get out of bed and I fainted, and nobody's not right there to help. Because see, you think of stuff when you live by yourself. That's why I take extra safe precautions to make sure I'm okay. If I tea, NyQuil, just some I'm gonna get better. I ain't gonna be feel lousy. It's real. So facial expression, it's true. And so when you don't feel good, you gotta take out the garbage. Your body is aching. You gotta pay the bills. You gotta get pay that bill. I that's why I'm so happy with the miss because she helped me out certain things too about the money and stuff. And so in case like if I if I'm sick, okay, that's paid. I have to worry about that. You know, a companion is very important. A good companion that God sent you. You can't any could nobody can no. You cannot accept any companion. It goes a man or woman. What God sent you, that's that's the one you supposed to work with. Like God has sent Miss to me. Blessing. See, God do not send Jezebels. God do not send. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take it from the live I did. God do not send Jezebel hag, sisters of Jezebel haggies. God do not send brothers of Cain. God don't. God sent addition to your life, a blessing to your life, a helper to your life. See, the devil sent you brothers of Cain. The devil sent you sisters of Jezebel haggies. There's a difference. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna ask sister. Oh, thank you, brother. Brother Lashawn Jefferson to be on the be in the piece. Very much appreciated. Um, we're gonna make our last remarks. We're gonna close out as a family. So Coco Tina, you go first. After you make your last one, please stay there, and then Brother SP.
Well, you brought up some key points. I'm glad to be a part of this, especially as I, who am getting older, and my children are getting older and doing their own thing. So, um, yeah. So when you're used to always being about them and having to change your mindset, this was very informative. Um, I am a step ahead because I am in the planning stages of what would happen if something happened to me, and
Mm-hmm.
planning out what each of my children would get and writing out my wishes. Um, but having a companion that I do have, I don't even think about a lot. What would happen if something was to happen to him? Um, so this was very informative, and this is something that we all as people need to start thinking about, um,
Mm-hmm.
and pray, give it to God, and follow His light, and he'll make that path of where you should be and how it should put that puzzle together so you don't have to stress about it.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Stay right there. Brother SP, last remarks, please.
Um. Okay. Well, I hear you speak about how uh, you say you working on you a lot. I hear you say you have a blessing. Um you have that helpmate that God has sent you. You have that, and you're still working on you. Remember, before Adam even found Eve, God had him do something, and it was name all the animals. God gave him a task, and he after Adam started doing that task, it was then that God allowed him to see Eve. It was then that God allowed him to see his helpmate. It was then. So God always have you on a task, on a mission. Even scripture reminds us, in Matthew, I think. Yeah, in Matthew. And when the Lord was talking about the parable with the three men with the bags. One had 5 bags of gold. The other one had 2 bags of gold, and the other one had one. The one that had 1 bag of gold, he hid it. He buried it and hid it. And there was another one that had 2 bags of gold, and he wound up, putting the gold to work. So we say investing, like we doing with the life insurance, investing. And he
Yeah.
wound up getting, and he wound up getting 2 more bags of gold. You understand what I'm saying? The one that had 5 bags of gold with life insurance, health insurance, dental, you name it, investing in stocks and bonds, you name it. All of this stuff was set up, and he wound up getting 5 bags of gold back. And what did he do when the master came back? He gave the master the 5 bags of gold plus the other 5 bags of gold that he had. When the master went to the one that had 2 bags of gold, he gave him the 2 bags of gold plus the other 2 bags of gold back. And the one that had only 1 bag and buried it, he didn't invest. He put it in the bank. He put it in the bank. He didn't invest. He didn't look at the life insurance. He didn't look at the dental, the health insurance. He didn't do all of that. He didn't invest in stocks and bonds like you doing. What he did was just leave it, buried it, and he gave it back to the master. And what did the master say to him? You lazy. But what did he say to the one that gave him the 2 bags and plus the extra 2 bags? The one that had 5 and plus the extra 5. What did he say to them? You have, he said, servant, you have been faithful of few things, but I'm going to make you ruler of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. That's what he told him. So that is why, even though you don't get things right the first time, I don't get things right the first time. Tina don't get right the first time. We see for sure Brother LaShawn don't get things right the first time. This is why we don't get things right the first time, because we still got that faith. We still believe. We still have that trust in God. And he still allow us to enjoy his happiness. He still allows us to enjoy his happiness. And that's why, because you still stay steadfast. You still believe. You still put you still put the blessing that you already had to work. You put it to work. You still putting it to work. As we speak, we're still putting it to work. Now, I didn't have to, invest in life insurance like everyone else when I got out of the military. I already had everything laid out for me when I got out of the military. So I didn't have to, look for, life insurance too far. It was already laid out for me. But what I did do when I got out, I started investing in stocks. I started investing in all of those things, and I started taking out an extra premium, for my children. I wasn't satisfied with just one, large. It's a large one. I wasn't just satisfied with that. I wanted my children, my grandchildren, to be financially, stable. If I wanted to leave, like I buy, plots of land, in areas that nobody want. I do stuff like that. I'm like, oh, this is like what $8,000. Let's get this now. You know, this gonna blow up. So and I've seen it done. Where plots of land could be like $8,000, and 5 years later it's $80,000. So I've seen that done, and I've invested in stuff like that, and I've seen it, multiply like that. So we have to be mindful that God could take something so small and turn it into a bigger blessing. He can always do that, and that's what I've been getting out of what you said. That's what I've been getting out of what you said. And we all have brothers and sisters on this platform that are dealing with loneliness, that's dealing with depression, that's dealing with anxiety, that's dealing with so many things that we don't know. And all we have to do is just listen. All we have to do is just listen. That's all we have to do. When you ask somebody how are you doing, don't just ask them how you doing and don't look for an answer. Ask them how you doing genuinely. Want to know how they're doing. Like seriously, want to know. Don't just if somebody say fine, like listen to them say fine. Listen to them say okay. I'm having a tough time. Well, I'm here for you if you need me. I'm here to listen. I got 2 ears on me just to hear you. just to listen. And that's what we check on the content creators that haven't been on here for months. Check on those. Check on the subscribers that you have. Even if they don't have content, they might have an Instagram. Like JT said, not everybody that was on YouTube in the beginning is still on YouTube. They may have an Instagram. They may have a Facebook or something. Check on them. They could be suicidal. You know, they could or have depression or have anxiety or have loneliness. They just need someone to listen to them. And I've seen it. I've contacted some older subscribers of mine. I've contacted some older supporters of mine. I've contacted them, and they was like, "Oh, I left YouTube because there were a lot of people that was attacking me. There was a lot of people that weren't listening to me." I was like, "I'm here. I'm here to listen." And if they don't respond to you, and you see they seen your message on Facebook, you see they seen your message on on Instagram or TikTok, you see they seen your message on there, and they ain't been putting content out there, tell them to leave an emoji to let them know you okay. Leave an emoji, any kind of emoji. I just want to know you okay. That's all I need to know. You okay? If you don't want to talk right now, that's fine. Leave an emoji and let me know you're okay. Those are the things that those are things we need to do. So, like JT said, some people don't have children. Some people don't have brothers and sisters. Some people don't have mothers that's alive anymore. They don't have fathers. Some people were adopted and they never had a real. They never had an well. They've been through the system and they never really had a real family. And the closest thing that they had to a family is on social media. It's people out there like that, and you could be a
Mm-hmm.
voice for them to live a life with God that nobody else had because you got God and you got a family. You got God and you got pets. I am so glad that JT brought this up right now, today, this very moment. It's a purpose for him even get on the internet every time he get on here, every time he get on YouTube, every time he get on Facebook, every time he get on Instagram. He always have intention and purpose behind everything that he brings out and put on the web. Everything. He is spirit led. He is spirit led. He may not feel like he got kids, but I guarantee you, it's generations after us that's gonna be looking at everything the under red darkness have put out. Everything he has put out. He say he say children are a legacy. What he is building right now, this body of work that he is building right now is a legacy. And other generations gonna be coming after it and looking at it. Not just our grandchildren, not just our great grandchildren, but further than that.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, you back on. My bad.
No, thank you. Now let's talk and everything. I'm not gonna say that much. I would say is that let me ask y'all two a question. Even the one in the chat before I make my last remarks. Do y'all think that this should be a series, or I should just leave it like that and just Coca Team? What do you think?
I mean, it has to be continuing conversations. So I do believe that, continue your conversations. If you want to make it a series, yeah, or incorporate it into some other um, things that you may be doing. You could do it that way as well. But you have to have the continuing. You have to continue to conversate about getting prepared. Um,
Yeah,
so and building that support system and the goodness of having a companion. So I do agree with that.
Okay. Brother SP, same question.
The series idea is brilliant. It's brilliant. I don't know if you just if that was just like uh 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 epiphany from God. I don't know if that came to you like just now or you've been like feeling it throughout the week, but that is a brilliant idea because this is the month this is one of months that suicide is rampant among us content creators on this platform, YouTube. It's very rampant on YouTube right now. So that would be a brilliant idea. And I know people on Facebook probably probably looking at it right now. People, you got people all over looking at it. So, but yes, that I think that would be a brilliant idea. Brilliant, excellent idea, excellent.
Okay. I'm gonna do it like this because I want to think about this. I'm like percentage up like 60, between 65%. But this is gonna be the key though. If I decide, no matter I did decide. It's gonna be a matter of time when I'm gonna start. I'm gonna see can I make this part one because it's if you go more than 100 characters, they're not gonna let you. So if it is right, I want y'all to be part of this conversations. I will let you know ahead of time when I go. So y'all let me know when y'all get on the panel because I think that's the most important thing that we gotta have people that talk about stuff like the different things.
Even
Okay,
LaShawn,
just let me
Huh?
just just let me know ahead of time. My
Yeah,
schedule
that's what I
could be
said. I'm
all
gonna
over
let you
the
know ahead
place.
of time. It's good. And now this is like one of the series. Like when I started, it's gonna be. I'm gonna let you know ahead of time. So find out what time is good for y'all because I want y'all to be on the panel. Don't worry about the other ones because I'm a hand pick it. I don't think that I got your emails. I think for this one, I think the series I'm doing, that I'm gonna create, I think I'm gonna send emails out. I don't think I'm putting it in the chat. And then if the ones that hear this that want to talk about, I would tell them you need to hear the whole live on this. You just cannot go on there. Oh yeah, you gotta hear this first. So I think that's the best way to do it.
that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I,
Yeah.
I I couldn't agree more. I think that you're onto something big. By the end of the whole series, I think you're onto something big. You're onto something big.
I
This may be your what they call it, when you your
calling.
when you make something that's very profitable. Golden Goose. Yeah, this may
Oh,
be your Golden Goose, this series right here.
mm, okay. Yeah, I'm thinking about. I don't know what I'm gonna see when it's finished uploading. I'm gonna see I could put like if I can't put part one, I'll probably put like one and do it like that. Then I don't know when to put two. But my last remarks, I want to thank y'all. The ones on the panel, I want to thank everybody that's in it, that showed up. Everybody, thank you so much. I know some of y'all can't stay long because y'all gotta make your moves on through YouTube or you gotta go to bed. But thank y'all so much to come because y'all don't have to come, but I appreciate it. And tonight we got somewhere. I believe we got somewhere. I think we it's not just me. I want people to understand this. It's not me. It's y'all too. And please share this out. Um, brother, he shared me out. Come on, y'all gotta share this out. If you want a conversation like this, you gotta share this out. You gotta put algorithms. And at the same time to get the watch hours up and everything. And I got goals too. And so let's be good to each other and understand we gotta work together. There are some conversations that is uncomfortable. We gotta talk about it. Don't make no sense to wait to the last minute. Man, I wish that's it. Can't get it back. So even at times I don't feel uncomfortable, but I'm willing to have that conversation. I want to have these conversations because we have to get our mind up for the future. You cannot just think just for the moment, because that's when we get in trouble. Now, there's certain things you do for the moment. Yeah, that's true. But I'm talking about life things. No. So I want to thank y'all. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Sister Oz. Yes. But I talk about everything, so but I'm going wait to so that's what I'm doing. So on behalf of my channel, the Underrated Darkness, yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on YouTube, the best of the business, and this is the last of the things should be considered as you get older. I will explain. I'm gonna see can I put part one. If I cannot put part one, I'm gonna put the hashtag one. Yeah, I'm gonna see. But thank y'all so much. Be good to each other. Please be good to each other. Thanks for showing up too. Really appreciate it. You keep up the good work now, brother. And everybody, y'all keep up the good work. And thanks for supporting me. Very much appreciate it. Very much appreciate it. And I do not take y'all for granted. I really do. And come back now. Come back. Um, Again, on behalf of my channel, Underrated Darkness, yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on YouTube. Be well, stay encouraged, and let's plan for the future in God's way.